I had a medical scare last night of the fifth kind, and I overnight I healed myself completely. It was such a rough session till I couldn't stop vibrating so hard. I thought I was going to shake out of my skin. Really. So I want you all to know, once again, that this healing energy is really real. And I really am the Messiah, which is good news for you all, because that really means that you all are the 144,000. All right, who else got a spiritual experience they'd like to share with us?
I have one. Well,
very, very good.
Yeah. I know the last class we had, you told us how to do the deep breathing and do create or manifest what it is that we want.
Yes.
And so early this morning, I started to do that. I said, I listened to the tape again, and I said, I'm going to implement this on a daily basis along with the meditation.
Mm-hmm.
And so I started out with a brief meditation, and then I went into, I did the deep breathing, and then I did an affirmation after the deep breath, breathing and the exhaling. And I, said like something to the effect of internal, omniscient, positive being within me, guide me to the path of my highest good. And I said, show me your goodness. Just like that. And then I left. And so throughout today, it has been beautiful. It's like I have been on like autopilot.
Go ahead.
It was just a beautiful day. It was a beautiful day all the way around. And it's
you created that.
The synchronicity, it just came forward. The traffic lights, the parking spots, people were kind. It was just like I was on a different vibration completely. I was myself.
You see, what everybody has to understand is that you don't have to travel, from in a linear sense from one point to another, from one planet or one world to another to get to heaven. You don't have to expire. You don't have to die or cross over to get to heaven. The heaven extends over all of the heavens and the earth. All of this is heaven. You just have to raise up to meet your highest reality. Get out of the ditch.
That's what I did today, and it was amazing. It was a beautiful day.
And I really feel good for you.
When I was looking, and all I could see is beauty. It was just.
I love that. Because, see, I remember it was a school teacher named Leo Moore that he moved here with me from New Orleans. I brought him here and let him move with me because he was a school teacher, and I wanted to have an in-house tutor for my children because some of them were falling behind. And, boy, that guy was such a negative reptilian when he got here. It was horrible. I don't even want to bring y'all through it, but I know one time I took us all out to Tamaray, and we were walking the grounds. You know how beautiful it is out there, those of you that have been. And a beautiful sunny day, that nigga was just walking. He was just talking about, when everybody just talking about, sure, it's dead out here. It's just dead out here. I said, what is wrong with you, brother? The death must be in you. There's nothing dead out here. And he walked over, and it was some type of event happening. I said, he got stood in front of a car and started urinating on the ground. And I said, what the hell? I said, you a reptile. You a black-ass devil. You know that? So I know, let me tell you, that you all know from your own experience, personally. You have woke up and you were real troubled. You were worried about things and you were in a very bad or negative mood. And when you go outside, no matter how beautiful the day is, you don't even experience it. Other people talking about how beautiful the day is and you just look right through them like you didn't even hear it. But when you get up and you're in a wonderful mood and everything's going your way and you feel like confident and positive, a rainy day to you is beautiful. You think to yourself, the earth is replenishing itself. It's making the flowers and the grass green. And you want to just walk outside in the rain on otherwise what you would consider a dismal day. You see, so heaven or hell is a matter of perspective. Remember what I told you, the things you look at will never change until you change the way.
Until you change the way you look at things.
That's right.
Yes.
But we're in heaven.
Absolutely.
That's right. And we cast ourselves down into hell with low vibratory thoughts. And you can be conditioned and programmed to just think constantly on low vibrations. You follow me? Not want to be part of all. Don't want to give it the program. Don't want to raise up. Don't want to, acknowledge the Creator Most High or those He sends. You follow what I'm saying? He let you teach Leo more, and bless his soul, he's dead in the ground now, but I'm just saying. And they always, they're never very long before they're dead in the ground. Because they know earth is good, walking on top of the earth. And they get all kind of signs from the Creator. He's trying to flag them and let them know their welcome is worn out with that attitude, but they don't believe it. They don't get it until they actually get it. Now, I suggest that people don't get too carried away before you really get carried away. You hear me? Life is very fragile and delicate. That was brought to my memory very seriously last night. It's very fragile. It's not anything that's yours, and you can call it up on demand, or somebody's responsibility is to see that you have it or something. It's a gift, an honored gift that you can cut off with the wrong attitude, like trying to demand heaven in the middle of the Creator and not adhering to the rules of the Creator or paying any attention or respecting the real Creator or the real truth whatsoever. Promulgate the truth. Put it out. Beg forgiveness for all the years of the time you wasted not doing what you were supposed to do. He looks out for fools and little babies. But certainly you were heedless of it. But today we have removed your veil. Your sight is sharp, so you can't claim ignorance no more. He knows you know better. It's just like you in the house. I told you got two little children. One, a little baby, and then you got one that's 3 years old, 4 years old, and then you in there playing with your older child, and then you hear a big crash in the living room. You run in there. The little bitty baby then pulled the TV down on the floor and busted it and tore it up. A brand new TV. You jump up and run in there, scared to death, heart beating out your chest like a rabbit because you hoping that the baby's all right. No concern for the brand new Rahul Bat. You have no concern for the brand new TV, right? So you pick up the baby and clean off the baby and make sure there's no glass and what have you on the baby, or it's not shocked, electrocuted, or anything. And you clean up that mess, and then you thank the Most High your child is all right. Then you go buy another TV, regardless of your financial circumstance. But let 3 days pass by, and you in there with the little baby, and you hear that same crash in the living room, and the big child is standing there looking at you, and in the middle of all that glass and electronics, with that look on his face or her face like they expecting the same reaction. And you start to beating that ass. And they think to themselves, I'm your child too. The difference is, nigga, you see, you know better. You know better. And as long as you living up under this roof, if you do anything stupid like that, I'm going to put my foot in your ass again. You understand? But what happens to people, a lot of times, society has programmed us so that if you have two children, and one is what we're going to call a fire child, or a bad child, and you have a real good child, far too often, the parents put all their attention on the bad child because of all the drama. You know, you keep giving your attention to the bad child, and the good child is feeling some kind of way. But do you realize what it is you're teaching the good child? Think about it. It's still a child. You're teaching the child the only way to get attention is by being bad. Now, I know you don't want to hear that, but it's true. So make sure that you pay attention to what you're doing in your surroundings. Be careful of it and keep balance in your life. And don't let the devil distract you in ways that make you neglect the good. You see, it was just like the man that lost his son in a storm. He was so busy trying to find what he missed and didn't have that he eventually lost the 99 that was still there because he neglected them, trying to put all his attention on trying to find. That's why, you know, when you're dealing with what you call devils, you give them an opportunity. You listen to them, and if they're a devil, they're going to tell it to you. They're going to communicate it to you in certain ways. They're going to give you certain keys to let you know, fuck you and this mission and the Creator too. It's all about me. Okay, no sacrifice coming from me. What did you do? And you think to yourself, this nigga, you ain't going to make it. You understand what I'm saying? You're not going to make it. You're too selfish. You have to be selfless. Me. Well, there is no big or small in the eye of all. You ain't no different or better than none of the rest of us. You might as well get that shit out your mind. Go back to sleep, go back in the world and buckle up, put on your asbestos drawers and get ready for your ride. But in the meantime, I'm down here with fallen angels. Like the brother Khalil said on the phone class before last, he told the truth. He said, in other words, we all fallen angels. Reluctantly, I confessed. I said, yeah, that's right. You are all fallen angels here. Same thing I repeated that Panabab Mianu. Malachi said it's the last ball that he gave when he was free in Athens. For those that don't know, there was a magician up there performing magic tricks. Malachi is a magician himself, in case you didn't know. Then a brother that came up, that's the comedian that goes to almost every ball, the comedian. He did his comedy routine, and when his time was up, he started walking off the stage while Malachi was coming up the steps to get on the stage. Malachi passed right by him and told him, and we could all hear it out in the audience, don't crack no jokes on me, I'll put a curse on you. And the brother slid back against the curtain like he tried to blame with the wall. I said, man, why did he, what? It's the same night that picture that you all saw me and him standing together, one that I post a lot. That was the same night. Well, Malachi started walking past the microphone with his hands behind his back, and he stopped and looked out at the crowd. Then he started walking back and forth again, and then he stopped by the mic, just sitting there and stared at the crowd. Thousands of people there, the Wabians. Yeah, that's right. Hotep was there. Yeah, he gonna tell you. And then he finally stopped and grabbed the mic. We attacked the microphone and grabbed it like he made up a serious decision. And he grabbed that microphone and he stared out all of the Wabians. He said, so succinctly, you Nuwabians are those fallen angels. You can hear a pin drop. You hear a rat piss on cotton. Didn't nobody say nothing. Didn't nobody say, I know you ain't talking to me, or none of that stuff. It was all quiet. You know how the truth hits you and you just be shocked that you can't say nothing? It's like when you're lying and your mama slap you. You feeling all kind of emotions, certainty, but you just, your mouth just open, you know. Or one of them old women crack you across the back with a strap so hard that you stop. Your breath, you can't. Your mouth is, and you can't cry. You can't. Your mouth is open. You suck air, but you just hurt. You just. That's how it hit people. They couldn't do nothing. Their mothers in shock. I said, now look at that. So be careful. Remember. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. You said about number what? Remember what?
To the Wabian Ball in Athens. Were you there, Terry? Because I know you moved here too.
I wasn't at that ball, but I was at when I went to the one that had in Florida, the one you missed.
Oh, I missed. Yeah, that's the one with Corey Robinson and them went down there acting a fool, talking about he was Melchizedek and all that, right? Corey Robinson, another devil, like I told you all, the one that was talking about there's no such thing as right and wrong, and if I kill somebody and rape his wife and murder her and then kill his children and steal all this stuff, if nobody don't catch me, then if nobody don't see me, then I didn't do nothing wrong. That nigga.
Yes.
Yeah, quick as a bell station. I'm glad to hear your vibration, T.
Yeah, the question I had was when you said you all you know Wapians are the fallen angels. Is that the only people that's the fallen angels? Yeah. What about the rest of the world? What about the rest of the world that's not in Wapians? None of those people are fallen angels?
I don't think he cared about that because they're not in our charge. For example, I'm the Messiah, Yahshua HaMashiach. The one you all call in English Jesus, in Egyptian Horus, Ios in Greek, Jesus in Spanish. I'm the one that y'all say you've been waiting for. And I keep telling you that I come to the lost sheep of the house of Israel only. You hear me? Of course, there's a lot more fallen devils here, but they're not in my charge unless I choose them and they choose me. I have the power to get anybody to heaven. I got some black devils that was real black devils, did horrible things. I'm getting them to heaven. I got white people I'm taking to heaven. But those are exceptions, not the rule. You hear me? They made their choice to choose the truth, and that's their story, and they're going to stick with it, partner.
All right. So what about religion? Religion got anything to do with it? What's the purpose of religion?
Right, I'm glad to hear your tone, Clarissa. Religion is just an opiate to control the masses. That's all religion is. It's an opiate, a drug, a psychological drug to control the masses. To keep fear in people, you know what I mean?
Right, make them think they're going to go to hell if they're a bad person.
Yeah, but hell is not a place that you be sent. Hell is a place that you create for yourself.
Okay, so hell ain't no real lake of fire nowhere under the ground, though, huh?
No, it's not a literal fire like fumar in Spanish or combustion. It's not that. It's the fire kindled by the Most High that rises above the hearts. It's just like if you do things and you consider to be a good child, you do good things all the time, but then you do something bad. You know, you trip out, and one of your parents go sleep in the summertime, and you want ice cream so bad, you sleep and steal a little something and run out and get ice cream, you know, and then they catch you behind the house looking on that ice cream and look at you and say, and I thought you were such a good little boy or a good little girl or something like that. And they look, you can see in the hurt in their eyes like that. You wish that they'd have beat your ass instead of just that told you the truth about yourself. Now that was really ugly, baby. You know what I mean? You hurt mama when you did that. You understand? And you think to yourself, I don't know if I could ever get back that respect or that trust or whatever, you know. It's like getting caught cheating on a spouse. You know, you don't know when you could ever get that. You know, you just fucked up. Go ahead.
Right.
I want to piggyback Terry's question. Does the big hell as you put it, consists of what you just told him about the fire that the Most High kindles in the heart or above the heart?
Well, you're talking about the eternal hell, or when you say big hell, because you have hell right here on earth. But compared to this hell that you experience on earth, the what you call the big hell, the eternal hell after judgment, it can't be compared to anything on earth. But they describe it in Islam as Jahannam. It stands on 4 legs, got 19 heads. Its deepest valley is well. Its heat is hot. Its depth is deep, and its fuel is men and stones. And many snakes reside in Jahannam. And, you know, when people get ready to get judged, because you're judged by your actions on that final day, the Most High will ask you, didn't I send to you my scriptures and my messengers? Didn't they reveal to you the truth and prove that they came from me? Yes or no? What are you going to say? Yes. And if you ignore them, then sink ye into the pit and speak not unto me. Now on the edge of that abyss, they'll be over the edge looking down into that fire because it's black. The flames are black. Yeah, but it's the fire that's kindled by the Most High. He stokes up that fire until it's red hot. He keeps stoking it up until the embers are actually popping like the tails of thorny camels and the blaze is black. And then it's ready. It's not an earth fire. And sitting on the edge of the abyss, there's an angel there that's the warden over hell. His name is Malik. And he says, when you're crying on the edge of that abyss, can you see them bright red tears rolling down brown cheeks? Can you see that? How that looks? Crying blood when you run out of tears. And the compassion in Malik is not there. Just like you didn't have no compassion in the world. And he says, oh, how excellent is this weeping. Had it been in the world before, out of fear of the Most High, you would not be here on the edge of this abyss today. And with that, kick your black ass down into them blazers. Down into that pit. You know what pit I'm talking about, because I came and got you. Tell them what I came and did for you. Now Hotep's going to tell you how I came to him, and that's one thing I want to do with you all tonight, is I want us to think of a common place that we can all meet in the spirit tonight. That's something I used to do with people a long time ago, and it's about time that you all learn how to remember that.
Yes, I was on the truck. I'm way out there in the Midwest somewhere, many miles away from here. And for some reason, it was like one of these big gravel pits, but it was much deeper. It was so deep that it was black down toward the bottom. And all of a sudden, I was scared. And all of a sudden, here go Brother Amun in this Jeep. And he hollered out so loud, he said, Harry, give me your hand, get in. And I mean, he almost come up vertical outside of that pit. And I woke up. And I told him.
Yeah. Now that Jeep is a real thing, just like symbolically. I go to people, and when I talk to you, a lot of times, it makes it seem like we talking on the telephone because that's an instrument that you use to communicate on. But it's actually mind to mind. But anyway, I know I woke up one night and Khadijah and I, we were sitting in the back seat of that red Jeep going almost straight up a mountain. A mountain peak. And guess who was driving? Malachi Z. York. Partner Babianoon, okay. I don't want to get y'all confused with Malachi Z. York and the angel Michael or Melchizedek. Those are two separate individuals. You hear me? But his title is Melchizedek whenever Michael was in his heart. See, it's firmly in his heart to communicate the light message of the Most High to the world. You hear me? Just like when Gabriel's and me communicating messages to you all. Who do you think it is that's moving stars and healing people? You think that's Larry Darrensburg? Are you kidding me? Making all the trees light up all over the world, all over Africa and London from here? Moving the whole creation, putting your face on the moon? Stop that. Healing y'all when you're in trouble. When they're about to perform the last rites on you, coming and snatching you away from a visible flame. You think that's a man? Like Dr. Bright said, when I was doing something for him and his wife, she said, wow, what is happening? He said, baby, we're in the presence of divine. That's right. You know, you got them devils when it's time to move stars and perform a miracle, and they're reluctant, hesitant. It's not that they don't want to perform miracles. They don't want to perform miracles with you, nigger. They don't want that to be true. You understand? And they vehemently, their sisters revolt against it. They don't like it. Now, if it was them, they'd be on top of the Empire State Building with a bullhorn. Look at what we can do. Look what I do. But they act like they're crazy. They want to cast doubt and aspersion, shit on it, smudge it up, and confuse it, muffle it down, or act like it they can't never see or whatever. They don't want. In other words, they don't want to participate. They'll get on the class and won't even say nothing. It's like you don't even know they're here. They don't have no spiritual experiences. They very seldom ask questions. It's like they don't have questions. Like the only thing you can conclude is that they know everything, or they don't give a damn about this here. They ain't gonna never post up no posts nowhere. They're not here to spread the truth. They know what they're here for, and it's not that. If you're in the presence of a devil, you'll find out that they never crack jokes. You understand? They don't make you laugh. You know why? Because they're not here for that. If you're in the presence of a devil, you can tell them all your business, but they don't ever tell theirs. Not their business. Devils don't tell you their business. They're not here for that. You understand me? A devil, you can speak to a devil even on a phone, and you be having every intention of having a very positive conversation, but they're going to find every kind of way to stick a pin in it, fuck it up and take the air and light out of it. Because they're a devil. They know what you're trying to do. You're trying to make positive and good and all. They like, damn that ain't going through, period. I'm going to shit on everything you're trying to do. I know exactly what you're trying to do, and if you don't let me be the center of attention, fuck that. But you wasn't in 1 cent. Well, I'll never acknowledge that you were. Now, isn't that who the devil was in heaven? I'm about to create a man of sounding clay of black mud, fashioned into shape. When I have made complete his form and blown to his nostrils with my breath, you will all then fall down and prostrate to that man. All the angels in heaven, including Michael, bowed down and prostrated to that man. And Malachi then bowed to me at the waist more than once. Malachi, the one that you all many have worshipped, have bowed to me. But all the angels bowed down except Iblis. He refused and was proud. And when asked why by the Most High Creator, he said, because I am better than he is. I will not bow to it. I am better than he is. Lifted up haughty with pride, he refused. And at that instant, his light shifted to amber and red. And he dropped down, spiraled down from the spiritual realm, and took on clothing of flesh, and woke up like Idris or Akhenaten on the ground, solid, actual, and time-bound, and trapped in the mud of his flesh. And he's trying to cling to life right now, under any conditions, even if you had to be just a neck and a head sticking out the belly of a jackass. he'd rather be alive like that than face the Most High after what he know he's done. Scared to death, terrified to death. You understand? They're trying to figure out ways to keep you young, and plastic surgery and makeovers and what do they call that? All that stuff. You know, they're trying to figure out, since Ponce de Leon, the fountain of life and youth and all, they're trying to claim the life, but they're terrified of death.
Or they want to clone, or they'll clone you over again. And they might clone you, right?
Clone, yeah, well, that's what they not being able to clone nobody. And I'm gonna tell you the truth. If they could, that wouldn't save them from the being prostrated by the touch of hell.
Right.
You hear me, Terry? It wouldn't save them from that. Get you a package so I can send you your name. You hear me? That's just one of the things I want to send you, T. We all have a name. You hear me? And it's not Terry Handy or Larry Darrensburg. You hear me?
Right.
And you ain't gonna take that name there. You hear me? They don't know nobody by that name. You have a sacred name just like all the rest of us.
Yeah.
Even the name I give you, you have a secret name of it, and that nobody knows except the Most High.
What about Nanya Sadiq L? Or Nanya Sadiq L? Sadiq. What is it, Sadiq?
Okay, that's just like you were going through phases, like when you were in Islam, they called you, Imam Ahmed Abdullah Muhammad Al-Mahdi. That was my name, given it as an Islamic Muslim. You hear me? I was also Naya Ahmed El and all that, right? But those are phases and names. You have a long name, a spiritual name, a heavenly name. It's because we have an earthly family. You know that.
Right.
You
how
have
do
an
you find out
earthly
that
mother
name?
and an earthly father, but you have a heavenly father and a heavenly family.
Right.
And if you
So how do we find that name?
Say it again.
So how do we find out that name? The name.
You have to earn that name back. You lost that name when you got cast down. You lost everything.
Okay.
Including your memory. That's why Negroes today see Egypt in books and look at the pyramids on TV and they don't remember. They can't. Now they see themselves on the walls of the pyramids, but they don't relate to it. You understand? They keep talking like Marquis Love. I ain't no African. They don't want nothing to do with that because the devil and browbeat them down to where they're not proud of their black heritage as the original mothers and fathers of the planet Earth. They don't have any. They don't relate to Africa. You understand? So I told her, okay, you're not. I'm not no African. When I told her, you remind me of an Egyptian. I'm not no African. I said, okay, right. I forgot you Swedish. Right, I understand. Go over there, tell what you Swedish, still throw rocks at you till you dead, nigga. But I love my people, and I understand what happened to them, just like I look at them in pictures of slavery. There's two that I wanted y'all to look at, and that's Freedom from North Carolina. Write that down. And North Star. Now, I got somebody that's supposed to be to send those links to me. If they did what they promised, I'm going to send those links to you. Because you're going to see deep messages in there for you. Right? You know, all them slaves, they ain't got nothing to eat back with that stuff again. Sometimes you got to look back to figure out how to go forward. You understand?
Excuse me, what was the second one?
North Star. You know that song that the brother wrote about me? North Star. It was the North Star.
Okay.
Yes. North Star. But the one that was most revealing to me was Freedom of North Carolina, or from North Carolina. All right. Who else has a spiritual experience they'd like to share with? Now, don't be upset with me. I feel you. I swear to God. I'm just telling you the truth. Don't blame the speaker. Just be warned by the words. You hear me? I didn't create the truth. Or you. Well, Malachi said. But anyway, I'm just saying. I'm not here to negatively attack you or make you feel bad. I'm here to raise you up. Don't you know every time that we perform miracles and move stars that you acting in out of the divine realm, that you're a god or a goddess right then? You understand? But you have people that walk with 144,000, they know where they're at, and they turn around and walk up. But let me tell you something. Those of you that believe and then turn again in disbelief, then increase in disbelief, and there is no saving of you. No saving of you. Get God. Hold on. Go ahead.
So I said, so religion and religion is no truth. That ain't too much truth at all in religion, then, huh? The people,
they sprinkle truth in religion. Religion is designed to captivate the followers. It's a performance. You know, playing instruments and people falling out and getting tambourines and preachers that know how to perform and you know, invoke your emotion and you know, it's like it ain't no different than going to a Michael Jackson concert. I'll tell you the truth. And then when you go to church, you feel all good in church, and then you get out in church and you look around the world and you see the way it really is. You know, when you're in church, say to a thing be, and you got to own that home, Sister Craig. Brother, if you want that job, own it. Or that woman, that man, you own that family. And then when you get outside and look at the air and you see the white man got everything, you think to yourself, you start going down further and further, and you start thinking this stuff ain't real. You understand? But God only knows what you know. Did you hear what I said? God only knows what you know. So he sent all his messengers with a special calling card. We all can perform miracles that mortal people can't perform. And you know damn well they can't. That's to set us apart from everybody else, to make a distinction between us and all the rest of the people. So you'll know that we sit, because you got people over here all over talking about, I'm the one Messiah. You have people in this class that want to be the Messiah. They think they can appoint themselves that. You understand? You can't do that. You can't learn it through no books and going in a mountain cave, finally going humming. You can't. If you that, it's because the Creator chose you to be that. You understand? And you got to have some special qualities inside, I'm sure, like humility and different things that people swear they have, but they just don't have those qualities. You got to be a rare man or woman to be chosen like that by the Most High. And the fact that they want to be something that they're not is evidence that they don't have the right attitude right there. You see what I mean? When you listen to these messages, the real ones, they'll tell you the truth. There is no big or small in the eye of all. Certainly, one day, man will do greater things than I. But they can't hear that. Said I not to thee that all of you are gods? Instead of them holding on to that, clinging to that, and asking, please show me the way to my divinity so I can become a god, please. They want to contest your divinity. That guy's just a nigga trying to be smart, a nigga trying to be just like me. Put on his pants just like I do. He ain't no smarter than me. I've been reading so many books. I'm the Messiah. I can lead the people where the hell? You couldn't lead fleas off a dog, nigga. I don't want to. I hate. You know, I mean, I'm sorry to dash you, but you know, stop being delusional. You're not that, but you could be that or something greater if you just get out of your own way. Get out of your way. Don't you know there's nothing in creation better than you? There's only one thing, though, that you can do that nobody can beat you at. Only one thing. That's being you. If you try to be something or somebody else, you'll never realize that. You'll never realize it. You're too busy trying to be something or somebody else. And you could never be that.
Yeah, a lot of people like that, too.
There's a lot of people like that. That's part of being the fallen angels, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
They take on titles, and they get so involved in this world and they're trapped in this dunya. You ask your brother and sister, who are you? I'm a beautician. I'm a policeman. I'm a bus driver. You what? That's what you do, Negro. I asked you who you were. You don't even know who you are. Yes, I am. I'm a fireman. You know, I put out fires 40 years. I'm a fireman. That's just like asking somebody what time it is. They give you a weather report. What time is it? Partly cloudy. Clueless. Lost. You understand? Putting all their energy into being something they're not and never becoming what they really are. Not even close to it. Not making that journey within to find out that the core of their being, at the height of their essence, is the Jew, the Creator, Fa'ut, the Most High, is who. But they keep on setting their sights on something outside of them to attain or become or to desire. And in reaching out, they don't know that they're just like a little child full of fantasia that runs down the street at night in a full moon fast as they can to the end of the block with their hands outstretched like they're going to touch the full moon because it seems like they can reach out and touch it. But like that horse I told you, they got that long pole with the apple on the end of it with blinders on. They trot all day to white foam and sweat come off their skin. And they do it day after day. Every day they chasing that same apple. That's what they're running after. But when do they get a bite? They never reach it. But they don't have sense enough to know. You understand? They're trying to get heaven from the devil. Listen to that. Think about it. You want the devil to put you in heaven? Nothing could be further from heaven. You obviously don't know what heaven is. You obviously don't know what heaven is. It's nothing on earth that be taken from you in a flash, in an instant, or in 100 years. But go it must. I told you all, when that inevitable day reaches you, no matter how hard you run, on that day, after they put you in that box and drop you down in that hole personally, if you attach to that body, you trapped inside the mud of your flesh, regardless of the condition of it. Pumped with formaldehyde or burning up to ashes. Whichever it is, after the ceremony, all you're going to hear is footsteps walking away from you. Everybody that you try to make yourself big for and show off for and rich for, all they can be arguing about all the way home is who gonna get what over whatever you left behind. Because if you were a nasty player, they knew that, and in their heart they never did like you. They might have respected you or even feared you, but they never loved you. They never loved you because they knew you were ugly. But they dared not say it to you. You understand? So, certainly thou wert heedless of it. All right, next spiritual experience. So what is that next question? I wanted to show y'all something, too. If you hold on a minute. There's one of the scribes of the Most High. And I'm such a scribe as well. CashApp. Amun. I am also a scribe, a noble scribe for the Most High. I'm also one of the two witnesses in the book of the Injil. Malachi and Amun. We are the two witnesses. And I can prove that to you tonight if you didn't know. But I want to show you the Lord Enki is the Lord over the earth. And Enlil is the Lord over the heavens. The two sons of Anu. But let me let you see through Zachariah Sitchin, a white archaeologist and language translator that translated cuneiform tablets, in other words, the language of the Anunnaki, into English. And his work is true. He didn't add or take away anything. He's a scientist. Let me let you hear this. Hold on. And if you have it, it's in the book, The Lost Book of Enki. The Lost Book of Enki. I'll let you get to it. How many of you all remember that I gave you that book and walked through a lot of it with you?
Yes, I remember.
Yes.
I remember.
I love you. Some of you remember me walking you through the movie Any Given Sunday with Jamie Foxx, right?
Right. Yes, I do.
Yeah, I remember that.
Both.
Yes.
Yeah. That was amazing, wasn't it? What you thought you saw and what was really there. Attestation, right? It's on page 11 if it was numbered. I'm going to start right now. It's called The Words of Endubsar. Master Scribe, son of Eridu city, servant of the Lord Enki, great God. I want you to know what kind of a noble beginning you had and what a divine family you're part of. Wake up and raise yourself up out of this dirt. In the 7th year after the great calamity, in the 2nd month, on the 17th day, I was summoned by my master, the Lord Enki, great God, benevolent fashioner of mankind, omnipotent and merciful. I was among the remnants of Eridu, who had escaped to the arid steppe just as the evil wind was nearing the city. It's on page 11 if it was a number on it. And don't feel bad about being the remnants. Some of you older sisters will remember the remnants is like when you got to the end of a roll of cloth and it wasn't enough to make a dress or a suit. They would leave those remains and call them remnants and have a remnant table. And some of the older ladies, they would go around and gather stuff, buy stuff from the remnant tables and make stuff, put it together for their children and everybody else. And it wasn't old or secondhand, it was just remnants. But the remnants are mentioned 548 times in the Holy Bible. The Lord loves remnants. I was among the remnants of Eridu who had escaped to the arid steppe just as the evil wind was nearing the city. And I wandered off into the wilderness to seek withered twigs for firewood. And I looked up, and lo and behold, a whirlwind came out the south. I remember that. there was a reddish brilliance about it, and it made no sound. Now, it did make a sound. And as I reached the ground, and as it reached the ground, 4 straight feet spread out from its belly, and the brilliance disappeared. And I threw myself on the ground and prostrated myself, for I knew that it was a divine vision. And when I lifted my eyes, there were 2 divine emissaries standing near me. And they had the faces of men, and their garments were sparkling like varnished brass. And they called me by name and spoke to me, saying, "You are summoned by the great God, the Lord Enki. Fear not, for you are blessed. And we are here to take you aloft and carry you unto his retreat in the land of Magan, on the island amidst the river of Magan, where the sluices are." And as they spoke, the whirlwind lifted itself as a fiery chariot, and I was gone. So when you hear Elijah talking about being taken up in a fiery chariot, it's the whirlwind. All of them were taken up. All of them. Muhammad, Jesus, all the prophets were taken up in that fiery chariot, the whirlwind. And they took me by my hands, each one grasping me by one hand, and he lifted me and carried me swiftly between the earth and the heavens, as the eagle soars. And I could see the land and the waters and the plains and the mountains. And they let me down on the island at the gateway of the great God's abode. And the moment they let go of my hands, a brilliance as I had never seen before engulfed and overwhelmed me. And I collapsed on the ground as though voided of the spirit of life. My life senses returned to me as if awakened from the deepest sleep by the sound of the calling of my name. And Coruscant, I wonder if you would, for the new people here, tell us again about how you've been smooth with your mind. I was in some kind of an enclosure. It was dark, but there was also an aura. Then my name was called again by the deepest of voices. And although I could hear it, I could not tell whence the voice came, nor could I see whoever it was that spoke. And I said, "I am here." Then the voice said to me, "Endubsar, offspring of Adafa, I have chosen you to be my scribe, that you write down my words on the tablets." That's how the holy tablets happen. And all at once there appeared a glowing in one part of the enclosure. And I saw a place arranged like a scribal workplace, a scribe's table and a scribe's stool. And there were finely shaped stones upon the table. But I saw no clay tablets, nor containers of wet clay. And there lay upon the table only one stylus, and it glistened in the glowing as no reed stylus ever did. And the voice spoke up again, saying, "Endubsar, son of Eridu's city, my faithful servant, I am your Lord Enki. I have summoned you to write down my words, for I am much distraught by what has befallen mankind by the great calamity. It is my wish to record the true course of the events, to let gods and men alike know that my hands are clean. Not since the great deluge has such a calamity befallen the earth, and the gods and the earthlings, but the great deluge was destined to happen, not so the great calamity. I want to tell you all right now a fact. Armageddon, or World War III, is going to break out in the Middle East over there right now, I'm telling you. So bring your seatbelts in and strap yourself in. Hope you don't have no fear of it, but I just told you a fact. Write it down and remember who told you. Again, this one 7 years ago need not have happened. It could have been prevented, and I, Enki, did all I could to prevent it. Alas, I failed. And was it fate or was it destiny? And in the future shall it be judged. For at the end of days, a day of judgment there shall be. On that day, the earth shall quake, and the rivers shall change course, and there shall be darkness at noon, and a fire in the heavens in the night. The day of the returning celestial God will it be? And who shall survive, and who would perish? Who shall be rewarded, and who will be punished? Gods and men alike. On that day shall it be discovered. For what shall come to pass by what had passed shall be determined, and what was destined shall in cycle be repeated. And what was fated, and only by the heart's will, occurring for good or ill, shall for judgment come. The voice fell silent. Then the great Lord spoke up again, saying, It is for this reason that I will tell the true account of the beginnings, and of the prior times, and of the olden times. For in the past the future lies hidden. Sometimes you got to look back. For 40 days and 40 nights shall I speak, and you will write. 40 shall be the count of the days and the nights of your task here. For 40 is my sacred number. I told you that the gods have numbers. Anu's was 60, and Enki and Murdoch's numbers are 40. All right? Only once for bread and water shall you partake, and it shall sustain you for the duration of your task. Okay. For 40 days and 40 nights you shall neither eat nor drink. Only this once of bread and water you shall partake, and it shall sustain you for the duration of your task. And the voice paused, and all at once there appeared a glory in another part of the enclosure. And I saw a table, and upon it a plate and a cup, and I rose up there too. And there was bread on the plate and water in the cup. And the voice of the great Lord Enki spoke up again, saying, Endubsar, eat the bread and drink the water, and be sustained for 40 days. Rahubat. And be sustained for 40 days and 40 nights. And I did as directed, and therefore the voice directed me to sit myself at the scribal table. And the glowing there intensified. I could see neither door nor aperture where I was, yet the glowing was as strong as the midday sun. And the voice said, Endubsar, the scribe, what do you see? And I looked and saw the glowing rayed upon the table, and the stones, and the stylus. And I said, I see the stone tablets, and their hue is blue as pure as the sky. And I see a stylus as I've never seen before. Its stem unlike any reed, and its tip shaped like an eagle's talon. And the voice said, These are the tablets on which you shall inscribe my words. By my wish they have been cut of the finest lapis lazuli, each with 2 smooth faces provided. And the stylus you see is God's handiwork. Its handle made of electrum, and its tip of divine crystal. It shall firmly fit in your hand, and what you shall engrave with it shall be as easy as marking upon wet clay. In 2 columns you shall inscribe the front face. In 2 columns you shall inscribe the back of each stone tablet. Do not deviate from my words and utterances. And there was a pausing, and I touched one of the stones, and the surface thereof felt like a mute your phone, and there was a pausing, and I touched one of the stones, and the surface thereof felt like a smooth skin, soft to the touch. And I picked up the holy stylus, and it felt like a... And then the great God Enki began to speak, and I began to write down his words exactly as he had spoken them. At times his voice was strong, at times almost a whisper. At times there was joy or pride in his voice, at times pain or agony. As one tablet was inscribed on all his faces, I took another to continue. And when the final words were spoken, the great God paused, and I could hear a great sigh. And he said, Endubsar, my servant, for 40 days and 40 nights you have faithfully recorded my words. Your task here is completed. Now take hold of another tablet, and on it you shall write your own attestation. And the end thereof, as a witness, mark it with your seal, and take the tablet and put it together with the other tablets in the divine chest. For at a designated time, chosen ones shall come hither, and they shall find the chest in the tablets, and they shall learn all that I have dictated to you, and that true account of the beginnings, and the prior times, and the olden times, and the great calamity shall henceforth be known as the words of the Lord Enki. And it shall be a book of witnessing of the past, and a book of foretelling the future. For the future in the past lies, and the first things shall also be in the last things. And there was a pause. And I took the tablets, and I put them one by one in their correct order in the chest. And the chest was made of acacia wood, and it was inlaid with gold on the outside. And the voice of my Lord said, Now close the chest cover, and fasten its lock. And I did as directed. And there was another pause, and my Lord Enki said, And as for you, Endubsar, with the great God you have spoken, and though you have not seen me, in my presence you have been. Therefore you are blessed, and my spokesman to the people you shall be. You shall admonish them to be righteous, for in that lies a good and long life. You shall comfort them, for in 70 years the cities will be rebuilt, and the crops shall sprout again. There will be peace, but there will also be wars. New nations will become mighty kingdoms, shall rise and fall. The olden gods shall step aside, and new gods shall decree the fates. But at the end of days, destiny shall prevail. And of that future it is foretold in my words about the past. Of all that Endubsar to the people you shall tell. And there was a pause and a silence. And I, Endubsar, bowed to the ground and said, But how will I know what to say? And the voice of the Lord Enki said, The signs will be in the heavens, and the words to utter shall come to you in dreams and in visions. And after you there will be other chosen prophets. And in the end there will be a new earth and a new heaven. And for prophets there will be no more need. And then there was silence, and the oar were extinguished, and the spirit left me. And when I regained my senses, I was in the fields outside Eridu. Seal of Endubsar. Yes, Eridu. Minfatla. Eridu is what they called Earth. Earth was called Eridu. What Eridu means is a home away from home. A home away from home. For those of us that are from other worlds, you see, I'm not a resident here. I'm a visitor. You hear me? So this is Eridu to me. But know that if we stay too long, even the deities, that we can. Have you stayed too long? That truth will be revealed. Because the ones that stayed too long, they won't hear my voice. And I can guide them back up home. You see, you've already been cast down. You see? So pride and arrogance and ignorance, supreme ignorance, and lust for carnal things, and love of yourself, and the world, it binds you. And we can't pull you up. Because nobody has the power to compel you except the Most High. We can implore you, we can give you revelations, but we can't compel you. We can't, you will wake up and go to heaven. No, we can't do that. Because you are God's, you have free will, and the choice is yours. But the devil has given you a false choice and false imagery. He says things like, he said to Jesus, bow down to me, and I'll give you the kingdoms of the world, like it was his to give. That's right, that's what I'm saying, that's the illusion. Like in the land of Shinar with the prophet Abraham. After he was tested in the fire and all that, well, just before the fire, there was a great feast in the land of Babel, and the king, he called that great feast, and everybody participated in that feast with Nimrod, except young Abraham. He was the only one that stayed behind while they were feasting. In those days, they had that where they had the Kaaba now. They had a stand-up with 360 idols of stone gods. And Abraham had brought with him a hand hatchet with a leather binder bound to wrap around his wrist. And he jumped up on top of that platform of stone, and he chopped out and dashed into pieces all of those fake stone gods, except the leader of them. They called him Yasuf, the head fake god. And he took that axe off his wrist and hung that leather binding over the head and around the neck of the leader of the deities, Yasuf, then jumped back down and waited for the people. When they all started arriving from the feast, you could hear the wailing all through the land as it went up. Who has done this to our gods? Who has done that to our deities? And the wailing was so loud that it brought down King Nimrod himself on his chariot with warriors. And he demanded to know who was responsible for this ugly thing to destroy their gods. And all the people pointed at little Abraham and said, everybody was at the feast with you except that boy right there, Abraham. He was the only one left behind. And Nimrod fastened on to him and said, was it you that did this to our deities? And Abraham said, no, sir, sire, it wasn't me. He said, if it wasn't you, then who was it? He pointed up at that head deity stone statue, Yasuf. He said it was him. Yasuf, your head died right there. He's guilty. See, he's still got the axe, the hatchet hanging around his neck right now. And Nimrod wanted to say, you little bastard, you know damn well. And Abraham looked at him, go ahead and say it. Tell him. And he, oh, so you know, yeah. And Abraham said, my Lord caused the sun to rise from east to west. Does thou cause it to rise from west to east? Nimrod was saying, that's this little member here. But, you know, I was warned about by Merlin in my court that the stars that lined up, like they did over our house right now, the stars are in alignment. Every time one of them comes, it's a star over Jesus, a star over him is a star that guides the wise men, that they know one of them messiahs is back. And Nimrod orders the captain of his guard to go and get 2 thieves out of the dungeons and had them throw them down in the dirt in front of all the people. He ordered the soldiers to decapitate the person, cut his head off, and he told the others to get up and run. And he turned to Abraham and all the people, and he said, you see, I am the Lord of the Yucatan. I give life, and I cause death. And Abraham said, no, sire. He said, you killed one and let the other live. And he was, this boy's a problem. You wild, boy. You with this straight reality stuff, huh? See, from the Creator. But yeah, that didn't work out too good because Abraham had them built a catapult, a big giant catapult. They used to use to stone the castles with. They put that dish and cut the rope and throw them big boulders to knock down them big castle walls. And they tied Abraham up in it and stuck him up in that spoon way up at the top. And he had ordered his army to cut down big giant trees to build an enclosure, stack that timber up so high that when they lit it, they say the fire was so hot that the birds had to fly around that fire. And on his command, he had them chop that rope. And there go Abraham way out across the sky, right into the middle of that, all that fire, like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. And that fire burned and raged for over 3 days. And when it was starting to fade out, Nimrod walked out of his palace with his little young daughter at his side. And he was standing laughing. That's the end of that. And his young daughter, she had good eyes, and she was looking. She said, "Father, I see movement in the blaze." He said, "Oh, child, movement. There's nothing can say, that." And she looked again. She said, "But Father, I see movement in there." And the child said, "Is that you, Abraham?" And a voice came out and said, "Yeah, it's me up in here." And she said, "Abraham, bid ye me to walk out into the flames, just like Moses with the Red Sea." And the fire parted for her, and she was barefoot and walked across it with green grass under her footsteps. And the fire parted and closed in behind her. She walked all the way into the enclosure and saw Abraham sitting on a bench in there. He was playing. It was birds in there chirping, and there was food and grapes and everything all around. They had water sprinkles in there. He was in there cooling out. Go sit, have a seat, get some repast, eat you some food. And they talked and laughed and played, and they fell in love. And Nimrod got upset. "Come on out of there." And Abraham said, "Yes, sire." And he came on out along with his daughter. And Nimrod passed a decree, a proclamation that day. He said, "I order both of y'all out of the kingdom of Shinar, out of the land of Babylon, to be banished henceforth forever." And they took off without rationing, without food or water, and they walked barefoot across the desert for days. They came up on a mount. Abraham was on top of it while she rested. And he looked out far as he could see. It looked like he saw a cloud or something in the sky. A dust cloud. He put his ear to the ground like the Indians. He could hear it vibrate. And he knew it was a great troop. And Nimrod had changed his mind, just like Pharaoh, when it sent a large army, 1,000,000 men of his most treacherous warriors that rode without, just with their legs. They didn't have no hands on the bridle because they had double-edged swords in both hands and no stirrup, and they was riding and thundering towards Abraham. And Abraham prayed to the Most High, asked him what he should do. The angel Gabriel came down and told him, said, "The Most High has said, Abraham, for you to think of one of his creatures that he'll use to defend you all." And he said, "A lion." And Gabriel went back and he came back right and said, Most High said, "No, you don't need nothing that big like that." And he kept going down through all the treacherous animals till he got down and said, "A fly?" And he went back to the throne and come back and said, Most High said, "That's accepted." That's right. And y'all saw this on the cartoons a lot of times. Because the Most High summoned Beelzebub, the Lord of the Flies. And when he whistled, all the flies in creation came and blacked out the sun and darkened the sky. And when all those horsemen got there, the command was given, and those flies swooped down on them and ate up all them warriors, even the horses, and left only the scabbard and the swords on the ground. And Nimrod was in the head of his own army, so when he saw him descending, he knew it was the wrath of the Most High. So he took off running fast as he could on his stallion, His steed led him to a stone enclosure. He jumped off this mountain, ran inside, and slammed that big concrete door. Just in time, they stopped them flies. But one fly got in. And that fly was tormenting him, landed on his nose, and he tried to swat it. It landed in his ear and flapped his wings and buzzed, and then fly out when he tried to reach it. Then it finally came in, flew into his ear, and burrowed deeper and deeper into his head. When it got deep in there, it started flapping with its wings real loud and hard, and it drove Nimrod so crazy that he took and started banging his own head on that stone door till he knocked his own brains out. That was Beelzebub was the name of that fly, the Lord of the Flies. You also saw it on cartoons where that fly in somebody's ear and their eyes get crossed and all that fly. White people played with that like it's a joke, but that really happened. Beelzebub, the Lord of the Flies. That's right. Abraham didn't even know who the Most High was. He knew who it wasn't. One day, he was running so fast that he ran out of breath and panting. He ran into a cave and collapsed on the floor. And he was breathing so heavy, inhaling. And he just listened to the sounds reverberating off the walls in the cave. Sounded like he was saying, Allah. And he thought, that's the name of the life giver, Allah. And that is one of his names. Now, you know it's true. That's right. The last thing a man will say if he's cast off a cliff before it's time to think, hypothesize, or conjectures. La is no, a doubt. Or when you get into a soothing bath after a hard day. Yes. So, that's the story of Abraham, a part of it right there. But all of these messages had a personal story. And it's inscribed in cuneiform tablets that have yet to be discovered. And many of them have been discovered in Dead Sea Scrolls and hidden away by what you refer to as the devil. Because they don't want you to know that you are the original children of the Most High. And your heavenly family is awaiting you right now. And they love you. And I was sent here to retrieve all of you that were ready to repent and come back home. Give yourself to the mission. Give yourself to this cause. Propagate the truth and post it up everywhere with a badge of honor. And help me to retrieve the whole remnant, the 144,000 purifiable souls, the elite few, the deities of the earth. Okay, I'm sorry to take y'all through that. Now, what is that first question? Yeah. It's 10:24? Oh, it's time? Okay, I'm sorry. Time got away from me, y'all. So who's going to be the first one to go outside and perform a miracle tonight for the rest of the world and yourself? Hello? Can you all hear me? Okay, and yes. I want to do a healing session for Menkari and the brother Madudi in Florida too. Who's going to be the first one to move something tonight?
I will.
Okay. What are you going to move? What do you see? I'm in my room with the light out now. Huh?
I see a star, but I want to move the whole creation.
Okay. You can move the whole creation if that's your wish. Which way do you want to move it?
I want to go up in the name of Amun-Rayay.
All creation, raise up in the name of Amun-Rayay.
What happened?
You see it, Sister Good? Up. Yes. Y'all bear witness to what he's doing.
All creation, go to the right in the name of Amun-Rayay. Go to the right. Go on to the right.
All right.
All creation go to the left in the name of Amun-Rayay.
It's going to the left. All creation go clockwise circle. In the name of the Messiah, Amun-Rayay. Clockwise circle. It's going up and over and around.
All right. I love you, son. You know your package is wait. Yeah, okay. Next disciple.
I'll go.
All right.
Kim.
All right, Kim. All right. What are you going to
see? I see a star.
Wait a minute. What are you going to move? Okay, I see
star.
it. Okay. All right.
In the name of
the rest of you all,
Amun-Rayay.
bear witness to what he's doing. Go ahead.
In the name of Amun-Rayay, the Messiah, the one only true Messiah, star, go up.
It wobbled a little bit, didn't it? It's leaning to the left every now and then. Yeah.
The name of Amun-Rayay. The name of Amun-Rayay, the Messiah, star, drop down. Drop it down.
Yeah.
In the name of Amun-Rayay, the Messiah, star, move clockwise.
And it's going clockwise?
It's going clockwise. In the name of Amun-Rayay, the Messiah, star, move to the left.
Moving left.
It's going left. Thanks, Messiah. Tallahat.
I love you.
I love you more.
Hotep, what are you going to do for us tonight? Cheryl, are you here in London? What are you going to do, Hotep?
Okay. Wait. Brother Amun?
Yes.
Okay, I'm looking at a bright star.
All right.
Okay, I'm raised up in the name of Amun-Rayay. And it's going up, raising up.
Wobbling. It was wobbling a little bit, but all right.
Yeah, it wobbled a little bit.
In the name of Amun-Rayay, drop down. And it's dropping down.
It's dropped down fast, wobble a little bit more.
Now, in the name of Amun-Rayay, move to the left. Moving left.
I need to do something with you tonight.
Okay.
You there, right, Karen?
Amun-Rayay. Move to the right. And it's moving right.
Moving right, dipping a little bit.
Yeah.
All right. Now, Anukas, what you going to do for us? Right quick.
I'll move that same, I'll do that same star.
What are you going to do?
In the name of Amun-Rayay. In the name of Amun, raise up.
And it's raising up.
You're moving up. In the name of Amun, drop down.
And it's
dropping down.
It's dropping down.
In the name of Amun, go to the right.
Did a little shuffle.
Moving right, yeah, did a little shuffle. In the name of Amun, move back to the left.
And it's moving left. It's still.
In the name of Amun, come closer.
All right, let's bring it closer for the final move.
We need in a clockwise circle. I love you, Messiah. So high.
I love you more. Now, my duty in Florida, what do you see?
Well, I see a pretty clear sky tonight.
Why don't you move the whole creation?
Right?
Want to move the whole creation?
Oh, okay.
Which way you going to move?
Okay. All right, in the name of Amun, I declare that the stars, the whole creation move to the right.
What's right?
Dipping a little.
Tell us what you see, Madudi.
Well, I see it a little different. I see it a little different.
Right.
But it doesn't
Okay,
seem
you
to
know
be
what I'm
moving.
asking you. Now, which way you going to move it down?
Okay. I'm going to focus on that bright star. Maybe I should have my glasses on, too. Okay, in the name of Amun, move to the left.
Okay.
Okay, it's wobbling. And
It's wobbling down.
It's moved to the...
Well, which way is it moving?
Okay.
Moving to the left, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now which way?
Okay, in the name of Amun, move closer to me.
Move it closer. Dipping some.
In the name of Amun, move back into position.
All right. You saw that, right? You did see that.
Back.
You did see it.
Yes.
Okay. And maybe you have faith that we can do this thing with you. All right. Cheryl, are you here from London? Okay. Everybody, come on, let's come back in. We're going to do a little spiritual exercise. And I love everybody that went outside to perform a miracle for the people and especially for yourselves, because each and every time you do, you're strengthening your spiritual muscles. It's just like if you sit your body in a wheelchair for 10 years, don't get up, and then at the end of 10 years, somebody asks you to get up and run around the block, you try and you fall straight down because your muscles have atrophied. You can't do it anymore. Your spiritual muscles are the same thing. Because of non-use, they've gotten weak or non-existent now. And now you can't move it or even see it. You have doubts. And even when you see it, you confuse yourself into thinking it can't be real. Unless you just don't want it to be so. And that would be tragic news for you. Come in. Remember, all can, you can. All does, you do. If you don't think that's just hyperbole in words, then you're not that surprised by gods that perform miracles. And you know that you're worthy to be in a group of gods, the 144,000, that you've actually, like Endubsar, you've been chosen. And nobody can break that tie except you. All right. Menkari, are you here from Meridian, Mississippi? Menkari, are you here? Well, he said he was feeling real weak, so he might be asleep. He said he was coming to class definitely, and I know he's not a liar, so he's evidently didn't fall asleep or he's real weak. You know, he's going through a lot with that stage 4 cancer. All right. Madudi, you hear them, right?
I am.
Okay. Just a second. All right. Can you all hear that?
Very vaguely.
Very vaguely. Yeah. If I turn it any louder, then it might mute me out. So hold on. I need everybody to get real comfortable. Get real comfortable. Lay on your back. Spread your feet about 2 feet apart. lay your arms and hands straight at your side. Don't lay on top, put your head on a pillow, because I need your spine to be straight. And you need to create a semi-darkness. Have ambient light, just background light. Your candles, many of you all got candles for me, and electric candles for me in your packages. Oh, quite a while ago. So just, all right. Kim, are you here? Kim in Florida.
I'm here.
Are you here? Okay.
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah.
I can't. I'm out.
Is there any way? Yeah.
I'm outside, so I can't really, my situation. So.
Yeah, but you got to find a room. You got to rent a room from somebody in a house. You can't tell me that in the whole city in Florida you can't find that. Okay, now, Kim, I need all of you to focus on the brother Maduti in Palm Bay, Florida, because he's going through a health challenge similar to what I healed you from, Kim, just not quite as tragic, not quite as imminent, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah. Could you let him know whether or not you really received the healing after 12 years with that? He can hear you right now. You there, man? You right there, Maduti? Talk to him, Kim.
I received the healing from Messiah. He kept pushing me, about taking the herbs and alkaline your system. It's mainly inflammation, just mucus. So you have to totally clean your cellular yourself. And Messiah was sending me blue healing light every time with me, and he helped me from incurable disease. I was just fasting.
He sent us the lab
flushing my
reports.
system out. Yeah, I see my lab reports.
Yeah. Well, write down Maduti, Carlos. I mean Kim. MEDUHTY. How do you spell Maduti?
M-U-A-D-H.
Spell it again for him, Maduti. You writing it down, Kim? Go ahead, Maduti.
I don't have nothing to write with.
M-E what? Tell him. M-E-H. He can't hear you. Loud and clear. M-E-H-D as in day, U-T-Y. And then ask Maduti the rest of it. Maduti, give him the rest of it, please.
I was lying on the floor and I was away from you. I was a distance from my phone, but I'm going to spell it again. M-E-H-D-U-T-Y. Meduti. You need the full name?
No, we need the email.
Oh, the email is meduti7@gmail.com.
You hear, Kim? Kim is Meduti7@gmail.com. You got that, Kim? Kim, you have it? Hello, Kim.
I'm here, Messiah.
Yeah.
Hello?
Would you email him that one of them lab reports you sent us?
I don't have any on me. but I will get some to email it to him.
Okay, we got it. We'll send it to him.
Yeah, it's in my old email. I gotta look through it.
I know you got different phones, your situation after that with you and your brother. I know.
Yeah.
But look here, Kim, find your room and house and get off the street, okay?
Okay.
That's worried me. All right. Are you comfortable again, everybody?
Hey, I got a phone number to call tomorrow for Kim. It's a private room. It's a private room, but I don't know.
You say you have a room?
Yeah, it's a private room, but I haven't got the price of it yet. But I had found it yesterday. I had to go to work today. I was gonna let them know tonight.
Oh, okay. All right.
So hopefully we can get him in one of those.
All right.
I got the number and everything. So.
You hear that, Kim?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks, Nora.
All right. Okay. Thank you, brother, for helping the brother. All right. Now, is everybody comfortable in that partial darkness? I want you to all inhale ah and exhale la very deeply. Swaying your head all the way back. When you inhale, visualizing that green healing light coming through your nostrils, like I did last night. I told you all I went through a health crisis, a serious one, and I healed myself in here, so it's very, very real. Kim, and I know what we're talking about. Many of you all that's here know as well. Menkari in Mississippi, he received healing through me for cancer 2 or 3 times, and his testimonies attest to that. I've healed Terry in Louisiana in the hospital. I've healed many of you all. Keeper in Tennessee. A lot of you all. So know that it's very real. As real as moving stars. It's the work of God. All right. And you are God's. So inhale, ah. Let me hear you inhale. That green light running all through your body. It'll start making your cells tingle. Now exhale everything negative out of you. Hard. Put your chin on your chest. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Deep. Now exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. All right, just relax. Let go. Bless you. With duty, bless you. Now you should feel your blood. I love you. Circulate. I really do. Feel your blood tingling and circulate and vibrate. You got kind of a runner's high if you did it right. It's like when you run a long way as fast as you can, you feel your blood pumping through you and you feel it vibrating inside your veins. It's kind of like a runner's high because you release certain endorphins. That's the way you feel if you did it right. Now, we're going to use visualization, which is a very important tool for God in meditation. Because the thing that connects you to deity is imagination. That thing which the beast and the animals lack. Imagination, visualization, meditation consist of those tools. So, imagine that there's a very large magnet over you. It's there, if you know, and it's pulling out all the toxins and harmful elements out of your body. It's clinging to that magnet, pulling them. At the same time, imagine yourself standing across the street from the place you're in right now, and you see a very bright laser-like column of green healing light, perfectly straight, round as a telephone pole, coming down from out the heavens, piercing the dark, going straight through the roof of your home. And the more you look up the cranium, that you can't see where it's coming from, it just keeps going further and further up because it's proceeding from the Most High Himself directly through the roof of your house. Out of curiosity, we're going to all walk across the street, walk through the door, and we're going to go through the house curiously, looking for that light to see if it really went through the ceiling and the roof. And if so, where did it come down? Only to realize that when you get into the place, the room you're in now, you look and you see yourself laying there, and there it is, brilliant, green, sparkling light coming through the ceiling, right into the top of your head. In the top of your head. This is real. I did this for myself last night, and for many others before. I was pushing down to the top of your head. Very strong, like a bulwark. It's rejuvenating your cells in your brain and your head, and flushing out all negative energy and negative particles in front of it like a giant wave. It's pulsing down through your head, getting ever stronger. As it pulses down and it waves through your neck and spans out through your shoulders. This green light is unstoppable as it pushes down through your arms, all through your fingertips, and it turns back around, back on up, and it meets in the center of your chest. With all that filth in front of it, it starts pushing down through your chest cavity, flushing you out, cleaning you out, stimulating cell growth, harmonizing your cells, and rejuvenating you down to the cellular level and beyond, purifying every crevice. You can see the light with your mind's eye inside your body. Look at it. It's green. It's warm. It's pervasive. It loves you, and you love it. As it goes down through your abdomen, that light is healing, purifying, realigning your cells and making repairs. Oh, my moon. Amun-Rayay. Pushing down into your abdomen, down into your hips. That green light is flooding every aspect of your being. So strong, so warm, you can feel it purifying and healing and making corrections, repairing, cleansing, stimulating, rejuvenating. And it pushes down through your thighs and past your knees, down through your legs, push it out. When it gets to your feet, you can feel the bottom of your feet tingle. As it gets ready to push out the bottom of your feet, the light comes out kind of dingy yellow out the bottom of your feet from all the impurities. Pointing it away from people, it starts getting a stronger pulse coming down through your head. The light is forced to push down through your feet. It's streaming out, and it's becoming more and more brilliant green until the light is just as green coming out the bottom of your feet as it is going into the top of your head. Now cross your feet. We're not going to stop the light from coming down through the top of your head. It's just building up. It's building up so much inside of your body, it's circulating and pulsating. It's perspiring through your skin. You're starting to glow with an aura, a green light aura from the pulsing light, the healing light. It's all inside of you, healing and rejuvenating, energizing. It's refreshing, isn't it? It's stimulating, strong. It's healing you. It loves you. You are the light, and the light is you. You are a whole light being. Now, we're going to take a walk. Take my hand. All of us gathered. Smile and embrace and salute your brothers and sisters. As we walk to that golden elevator inside that majestic building. The doors close behind us. They are golden. And the carpets are thick, flying green with golden threads. And the light is pulsating out of the floors, walls, and ceiling. As I push the button, we start ascending so fast, faster and faster. It looks like it'll never end going up. And then finally it starts to slow down, and gradually it's so far away from this reality, so far up and out. Bing! It comes to a slow, it just flutters to a stop. Almost like a leaf in the fall, fluttering down from a tree on the park grass. Real slow, it comes to, eases to a stop. Then I push the button, the doors slide open. And welcome to another world, another reality, the new heaven and the new earth as we all walk out onto this beautiful path, cobblestone path. And the stones are iridescent. They all have a different light and a different tone when you step on them. They play melodic, beautiful, angelic music and light up different colors. As we wind our way through the path, we notice the flowers to our left and right, beautiful and fragrant like none we've ever witnessed before. All the scent is heavenly. The birds, the hummingbirds, the atmosphere is green. And we can hear the laughter of children over to the left. And as we break through the hedges and the forest, we see the children on the beach, beautiful black-eyed maidens, laughing, white teeth, so happy, so pure, so angelic. And they look at us with curiosity. We look at them with the same, but it's divine love between us. Our eyes are infused. As I tell you to focus in front of you, you see this infinite sea of this green essence. Second, the healing essence. Hey you, life itself. As we walk, the beautiful sand is warm, coming between our toes. No jagged edges, they're all rounded and like little jewels, diamonds and emeralds and rubies. And they come through our toes as we touch what seems to be the water with our feet. It's invigorating. It shoots upwards with wonderful shockwaves of healing and love and life. And we feel energized and refreshed. And the further we go, over our knees, past our waist, deeper and deeper, some of you start wondering, when it gets to my nose, I won't be able to breathe. But with confidence, you follow me. And when you get down and your head is covered, and after you can't hold your breath any further, You let go and breathe and find out it's easier to breathe than the air on earth. It's beautiful. You're one with it, and it is one with you. As we slope ever gently downward, everybody takes their position when they find a petrified log or a giant seashell, and you get a seat and dig your toes into the sand and get very comfortable. You just sit there and you start swaying what seems to be water of this healing essence side to side. And you notice the seaweeds, the plants, they're all swaying with you side to side. As the beautiful tropical fish, they come in schools up to us and they look at us so playfully with different colored lights and multicolors we've never seen before flashing. And they look at us curiously and then dart off into school. And when one turns one way, all of them turn like a cloud. They all turn, making one movement with one mind. And they playfully glitter and flash about. And we just release all of our troubles and all of our illnesses into this vast, infinite sea of divine love and healing essence. We merge gently into it. Till now you can't tell where you end and the sea begins. You're one with it. It's so infinite and so vast and so ongoing until you know that whatever small problems you had, they disappear. And this boundless ocean of health and life, you blend in with it, find yourself swaying gently back and forth with the waves. And after you've released everything negative into this body, and then you've taken in all the vibrant, rejuvenated, healing essence, you're refreshed, invigorated, and renewed like a newborn baby. We stand up, turn around, and start walking back up the sandy slope. And then when we see the green sunlight dancing on the waves, we can barely hear faintly the laughter of the children. Keep walking slowly. We see the children. Their eyes are bright. And now there's no more curiosity. It's replaced with a knowing. They smile because they know that now we know. We are one with all. And all is one with us. We are deities. We are cleansed. We are perfect beings. We are whole, light beings. As we walk up that winding path back into the elevator, and I push the button, the doors close, and we start our descent very slowly at first, and faster we go as we drop down. So fast that some of you are starting to levitate off the floor. Your feet is no longer touching the carpet, but your hair is not touching the ceiling. You're levitating in between with a kind of a tickle in your stomach. As we finally get to where we're going, we flutter down to a slow stop, and gradually your feet settle back into that thick piled carpet, and you caress it with your overjoyed soul as we single file out the doors, then back through those revolving doors, back on out to the street. In this paradise, I want you all to look around and fall in love with your surroundings, as your surroundings have fallen in love with you. Now, look. Just look. Because now you're back in front of your residence, the place you're in right now. And know that I'm going to come and meet you there tonight after class. You and I are going to meet in front of your residence in the place that you're standing, looking across the street at it. Know that. And you come and meet me where I am, and we will walk together tonight. I swear by the stars above. I love you all. Servants of the 144,000. Nitir, Authority, Amun-Rayay, Asa, Messiah. Love you.